Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales. Thank you for clicking on my video today and I hope you're having a good weekend. I'm making a video right now because I want to talk about the abuse that I've been going through over the past couple of days since I made the last video. If you haven't seen any of my videos in the past, I've been going through very cruel abuse here in Campbelltown, New South Wales from the majority of my community for since November 2023 this started, and it's still going now. So it's actually going on around 18 months. This is happening to me because it's all a part of a police cover-up. The justice system and the health system are involved in this cover-up, and they have actually been paying members of the community here in Campbelltown, New South Wales to put me through abuse. And this is being done to try and take my life. The health system is also covering up things about my health that I need to know. I've been given poor advice from different people that work for the health system on purpose. I have had information about my health held back from me, and this is being done so that, like they're hoping that those conditions just get worse and worse, and that the abuse that I'm going through ends up just also contributing to those conditions getting made worse, so that I either pass away or I have some kind of severe mental or physical health episode where I am unable to take care of myself, because the justice system want control of my life, but they're using the community to do this. And what the community's been doing, the ones that are involved, they've been trying to abuse me to death as a group. And I'm just being put through this relentless abuse 24 hours a day, because there is a camera that has been placed in my home. I don't know where that camera is, but I'm being watched 24 hours a day. This is so that the justice system can have that control over my life. They have also allowed random members of the community to watch me in my home so that they can have that control over my life as well and come up with different ways to put me through abuse by mocking the things that I do in my home and just putting me through really cruel, humiliating abuse. Because I have been speaking out about it on this channel, and the truth is getting out there, I've been speaking out about the environmental crimes that have been a part of this abuse since it started. There has been environmental crimes carried out here in Campbelltown for around 18 months now, every single day. And this is because of the extra transport that they are using to stalk me with and to create noise and pollution attacks on purpose. There was one going on this morning. And what they're doing is they're carrying out these noise attacks and the stalking according to my movements in my home and also when I go out. So that's one of the things I've been speaking out about. And believe me, the damage that would have been caused to the environment and still is being done on a daily basis here in Campbelltown, it would be a great deal of damage that would have been caused by the extra transport that's been used, because there's so much. Then there is the fact that my human rights are being abused. I have absolutely no privacy. My free will's been taken away, and my right to live a life free from abuse and just the right to move around freely in life has been taken away from me for the past 18 months. I'm very limited to the things I can do. I mean, I can go out, I can go anywhere I like, but the thing is, I'm stalked everywhere I go because my car's also tracked. So when I go and drive on the road, I'm stalked by hundreds of vehicles every time I go out. all the way home. And some of these people have tried to cause me traffic incidents in the past. And I've even had someone cause an accident on purpose in the past. The abuse has actually been going on for quite a few years from my family and the justice system. That they have done a lot to try and destroy my life, and this is because they have stolen an inheritance from me. I also have family members that are in the police force and connected to the police force that have been obstructing me from receiving the justice that I deserve. And that's around matters of family and domestic violence. And there's also some abusive men that don't want to be held accountable for what they've done. So, they're the main reasons that this is what the justice system are trying to cover up. So rather than take accountability, they've been putting me through this abuse. And yeah, like my family and the justice system have been putting me through abuse for more than 18 months. It's been quite a few years. But around 18 months ago, after I wrote a letter to the justice system explaining all the injustices that I've been through, that was when they started paying the community here in Campbelltown to put me through abuse. And like, I don't want to go into it too much on this video because I don't want to make it long, but I've got to tell you a certain amount of what's going on here. You've got to see the big picture. Otherwise, what I'm saying is going to sound unbelievable to you. But you've only got to go back and watch my videos that I have made over the past 15, 16 months to see that I'm telling you the truth here. They want me to look delusional. This is what they've been trying to do. These people have gone to extremes to carry out this abuse. And the things that they do are specifically designed in a way so as if I do speak up about them, I'm going to sound delusional, I'm going to sound crazy. But this is what they have deliberately tried to do. And the fact that they have gone to such extremes tells me that they have done this to people in the past and gotten away with it. I get stalked in the shopping centres when I go out by people. These people play this like a game. There's members of the community here that have been playing this like a game. They watch me in my home. They must pay or something to go on an app. And they watch me on this camera in my home. And it's like these people are paying to watch me in my home, to be able to track me wherever I go and then follow me. And then when I'm out, they will come towards me to try and carry out cruel psychological abuse. So it doesn't matter where I am. I can be in my car, I'm in my home, I'm getting abuse from the close neighbours that are involved and the Campbelltown police. And when I go out, it's just members of the general public that are coming towards me that have access to watching me in my home. I have absolutely no privacy whatsoever. All my devices are hacked. Even filming this video now, the community that's involved in this can watch me film this video before I even upload it to YouTube. I have no privacy. My human rights have been taken from me. The leaders of Campbelltown have sat back and watched me go through this. They've pretended not to see. They have. If you live or work in the Campbelltown area, there is no way that you would not know that this has been going on. And that is because of the noise and pollution attacks that start here every morning, sometimes as early as 3 a.m. in the morning. There's no regulation here of the pollution or the noise. And the leaders, who is Mr. Michael Freelander, he is the Labor MP for Campbelltown. He has been since, I think, about 2016. Then there is Lindy Dietz, who is the General Manager of Campbelltown. Both of these leaders have sat back and pretended not to see this wasn't going on. And, you know, I've spoke out about the different ways that these noise attacks and the pollution would have been affecting, especially the children of the area, because there's been that much extra noise created through these things that, you know, it would have affected children's asthma, it would have affected children's concentration levels, it would have affected everybody's nervous systems, everybody's mental health. And here we have an ex-childcare worker who is the general manager of Campbelltown, Lindy Deeds, who would know how important the first 5 years are of a child's life, you know, to ensure that they have balance in their environment. Same with Dr. Freelander. He's a pediatrician. So, you know, we have these two leaders here in Campbelltown who are so-called child experts who have allowed this destruction to go on in the area. And once again, I'm not going to go too far into the details of what this abuse would have caused, but it would have affected everybody's mental health in the area, everybody's physical health as far as the pollution goes, and the wildlife. Who knows what impact it's had on the wildlife? We probably won't know for a few years. But anyway, these noise attacks are still going on. They were still going on this morning. And the funny thing was that I want to tell everyone on this video today, I actually made that noise attack stop by searching Lindy Deetz's name and Michael Freelander's name on my phone. When I searched their names, the noise stopped. You know, and people can sit there and call me delusional or crazy or whatever, but I'm telling the truth here. And I've been going through this abuse for long enough now to know. I mean, it's happening to me. These noise attacks have been carried out according to my movements in the house. There is an abusive group of men that stalk me in loud cars and motorbikes constantly. And they stalk me according to my movements in my home. When I woke up this morning at 4 a.m., the noise attack started. And this happens every single day. And this is happening to me because it's meant to, like they make noise as soon as I open my eyes in the morning. So that the first thing that I am aware of when I open my eyes is the fact that there are people viewing me in my home illegally, random members of the community that are deliberately waiting for me to wake up to carry out noise attacks. The Campbelltown police were out there helping these abusive men this morning. And they were helping them for probably they only just stopped probably about an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. They stopped. They stalk me constantly. The Campbelltown police stalk me to encourage the community here in Campbelltown to continue to put me through abuse. They also stalk to try and cause me stress, anxiety, and fear. Also, the health system have implanted a device in my body somewhere where they are able to monitor my heart rate and my vital signs. These people know when I wake up before I even move. All I've got to do is go from the sleeping state into the waking state and they know that I'm awake. There is some kind of implant in my body that is monitoring this. Then they'll carry out abuse and they're able to watch my heart rate to see if they are causing me stress. Obviously, if I have a cup of coffee or anything like that, my heart's going to pick up, and that's when they also strike. These people all attack at once at times after I have a coffee in my home. They They watch every single move I make. And I went and had a procedure done just over a year ago now, and that was when this device was placed in my body somewhere where they were able to do this. And, you know, as I said, like there's random members of the community that can watch me and my movements on their phones. They can, they must get a message when I drive around that I'm like approaching their vicinity. And then, because there's just stalkers in every direction when I go out. And they're able to watch my heart rate as they put me through abuse. Now, how sick is that? The neighbours are involved, my close neighbours. A lot of the abuse has quietened down from my neighbours because they know they're caught. These people are caught. These people have put me through so much abuse. I have people that live within meters of me that watch everything I do in my home, and it's been like this for months and months. There's a woman downstairs who just will not stop. My landlord, St George Community Housing, is involved. They have teamed up with the justice system and the health system to put me through this abuse. They have rigged my neighbour's home so that they can control the air in my home. My neighbour downstairs attacks my air just about every morning with dust. There goes the abusive men going past now. They just do that to try and create distractions too. So this woman, if you've watched any of my videos, she's been abusing me for months. She's been abusing the air in my home. Just hold on a sec. It's better if I can show you the visual evidence of what she's doing. So my landlord's rigged her range hood so that when she flicks the switch on, everything inside the roof is being, because she lives directly below me, instead of going out through the roof like the normal, residue and cooking smells and things like that go up through the range hood. Instead of going out through the top of the roof, everything's being diverted into my home somehow. When she turns on her range hood, it's filling my home with this dust. She does this to me every day. When she does this, it covers my entire home. This dust, it covers my entire home. It goes through my clothing. It goes through every single thing in my house. It's not like I can just vacuum and clean it up. It's through everything. Like I've got to go around and dust everything in my house to get rid of it. And she's doing this every single day. And I've mentioned on my last few videos about what she's been doing and the fact that, like, she's caught. And when she is arrested for this, she's going to be charged with attempted murder. There's no doubt in my mind, because you've only got to go back and watch my videos to see how hard this woman works to try and cause me stress, to try and cause my heart to race. And I mean, that's it right there. I mean, she's able to watch me on her phone. She's able to not only watch me move in my home, she's able to sit there and watch on her phone how fast my heart rate is after she has put me through abuse. So this morning, I was so happy when I woke up. I'm grateful for everything in my life. I've been through very hard times in my life, been through abuse. I've actually been through homelessness in the past, and I've gone without in my life a lot. And I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful when I wake up. I'm grateful to breathe the air, and these people know that. They know that I'm grateful for the simple things like air and water. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make my life so miserable under my roof that I hate life. But it's never going to happen because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm happy within myself. and I don't need, you know, a lot to make me happy in life. I wake up and I think, oh, geez, it's a beautiful day, you know, because it was absolutely, it's beautiful out there today. But then you've got these ungrateful abusers that are just hell bent on making my life miserable. And, you know, she hears the Campbelltown police abusing me this morning at 4 a.m. So she thinks that's okay. She thinks that gives her a free ticket to put me through abuse. And because these people are caught and they have done so much over the past 14 months to put me through abuse, they are absolutely panicking because they know they're caught. So I don't know what she hopes to achieve by this. I really don't, because if I did get stressed and have a heart attack or a stroke, she's going to be up for murder. So I just don't get what the point is of what she's trying to do. She's caught. But it's like I'm telling everyone she's trying to kill me on this platform every day, which is exactly what she's doing. She's trying to affect. See, I have an asthma puffer. These people know everything about my health because my health record, all that's confidentiality has gone out the window with that. Like everyone knows about my health problems because the health system has leaked that to people so that they can put me through abuse according to my health issues. So I have had asthma in the past. I don't have asthma, touch wood, lately. I haven't had it for ages. But because they know this, they're trying to affect my breathing. And, you know, I am worried because this stuff is like, it's fibres of synthetic. And this is just falling down from my roof every day and filling up my home. And I'm having to breathe it in. I mean, I can't move. I can't afford to move. And why should I have to? I'm a good tenant here. I don't harm anyone here. I don't bother this woman. She's abused me every day. For almost 18 months, this woman has abused me. She lives for it. So there's no doubt in my mind, you know, she's trying to affect my breath, my air, my oxygen, the most important thing that there is. My landlord, they're useless because if I try and call them, they will just put me through a manipulation on the phone. They will just gaslight me in some way to try and make me angrier because they don't want to be held accountable. They've teamed up with the justice system to do this. So I've got no help here. There's no police to call on. I've tried to reach out to several organisations and people that are meant to help people going through abuse, and I've been knocked back. And that's because the justice system has bribed those people not to help me and got them involved in this as well. Yesterday, like they've played games, St George Community Housing have played games in regard to sending someone out to fix the range hoods, to revert them back so that the neighbours can't abuse the air in my home. So, anyway, they've played games around that, mind games. Anyway, finally they sent someone yesterday and they sent the wrong kind of tradesman here. You know, that was done on purpose. I told that person what was wrong, but you know what? They had set it up so that that person had all this psychological abuse ready to put me through. They told him exactly what to say. They told him the type of things to do and say to try and psychologically abuse me. So that person, I've made note of all the things that person done. It's quite obvious that that's what he was doing. And there was probably about 6, 7 things that person was told to do that were specifically designed to put me through psychological abuse, more psychological abuse. So everyone that they can get to gain access into my home, my property here, for whatever reason, they get them to put me through more psychological abuse. They get them to try and make me angry. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make me lash out. They're trying to prove that I am mental, that I am violent or whatever. You know, a lot of people have told lies about me to get other people to help them abuse me. My family are involved in this, and, you know, that alone makes me look like I am the guilty one. But that's not the case. My family have purposely isolated me. They have accepted bribes from the justice system to be a part of this abuse. They have also stolen an inheritance from me. They don't want to give that inheritance back. They want me to not be able to take care of myself. They want me to look crazy. They want me to lose my stability somehow. They need me to be sick. They need me to be homeless so that they can keep the inheritance that they've told lies to try and steal. Because these are the lies they told. They said that I wasn't responsible, and I was homeless, but that was because I left domestic violence. So see, my family have twisted the truth to make me look like I'm a drug addict, alcoholic. I don't take drugs. I don't drink. I haven't drank for years. I was smoking pot up until about a year ago now. I haven't had it. So I used to have that for my anxiety. And if I could drive around with that in my system and it wasn't illegal, I'd probably still be having it because it helped. But, you know, I look at driving on the road now as an absolute privilege. So I don't smoke pot and drive anymore. But my family have twisted the truth to make it look, and because the family have done this, they have purposely isolated me. The justice system, the neighbours that are involved, everyone else that's involved in this, you know, they thought it would be so easy to put me through this abuse and destroy my life in some way, whether it be, you know, I lose hope in my life and I give up completely and take my own life, or I have some kind of health episode due to the stress. They thought it would all be easy to do because I don't have family. I don't have a caring, loving family. My family are very materialistic. And they've lied. They've told a lot of lies about me to steal that money. The neighbours that are involved, they told lies to people to get other people in the neighbourhood to abuse me. So the justice system told lies. The corrupt cops have told lies just to get people to abuse me. So I really need help here because this woman is attacking my heir. She thinks she has the right to abuse me. She does. And I want this woman caught and I want her held accountable because this, as I said, this woman's put me through abuse every single day for the past going on 18 months. Since about November 2023, these neighbours have been putting me through abuse. And this woman is attacking my heir. My heir. And not only that, she's sitting back watching on her phone to see if my heart's going to pack it in while she carries out abuse. Not only that, there's random members of the community, members of my family, the Campbelltown Police, the landlord, other businesses and organisations that have put me through abuse. They have people watching into my home as well. They all sit there every day. They're relying on this woman to put me through abuse because she's got the closest access to be able to harm me without anyone else knowing. So there's all these people sitting there watching me every morning, hoping that I'm going to have a heart attack because of the stress. This is how sick these people here in Campbelltown are that have been involved in this. And there's a lot of business owners that have been involved in this, a lot of local businessmen and women. And they've done a lot to put me through abuse in different ways, like send stalkers out after me. Some of these organisations, I go into their stores or shops or whatever, businesses, and they will have abuse set up to put me through. It's like a game to them. And it's like, maybe there was going to be a winner who actually was successful at taking my life or destroying my life. And this woman downstairs, she's trying hard to be the winner. She is. So right now, today, my home is completely covered in dust again. And it takes me about 2 hours to go right through my home. She's already destroyed one vacuum cleaner. I've had to go and buy a new one. And, I mean, the dust is going through everything in my home. It's going through all of my appliances, down the back of my TV. It's getting through my clothes, my washing machine. It's just in everything. It's through everything. And this landlord has prolonged this abuse. I've been screaming out on this channel since Christmas that the neighbours have been abusing my air. They were doing it with cigarette smoke and foul smells. Now it's just this woman downstairs. She's being bribed. She's being paid bribes from the landlord and different other business owners around here to put me through abuse because she has the close access to my home. Because she has the close access, and she's able to abuse me in the sneakiest, most dirtiest, disgusting way as attacking someone's air. She thinks she's going to get away with it, but she's not. She's already caught. She's already caught. And she's going to be charged with attempted murder. If anyone out there knows this woman, if her family are watching right now, you need to do something about her because that's not mentally right. This woman has been exposed on this platform how many times for trying to take my life, and she's still doing it every single day. You need to do something about her. That is not mentally right for a person to do that. Then, right, she sits back and she laughs at me having to clean up all day. It's humiliating for me. It's degrading. Why should I have to live my life like this? Because, and I'll tell you what, the cops, right, they're covering for a police officer that harms women for his fun in his spare time. They're covering for a pedophile. And they're covering up the 10 years that I have lived with family and domestic violence in my life. They're covering up the way that they have obstructed justice for me. I called out to the justice system 12 times in the past 10 years for help. I've given up on it because the cops here in Campbelltown are the criminals. They were out there at 4 a.m. encouraging noise and pollution attacks in this town and encouraging the neighbours and the community to abuse me. Yesterday I went out, right, and they must put people that watch me in my home, they must come up with ideas to put me through abuse. And this guy come out yesterday to supposedly check out the range hoods and this problem with the dust. But it was all a setup to put me through more psychological abuse. And I told him that I was worried about breathing this stuff in because it accumulates here in my throat. And it's like synthetic. I don't know what it is. It looks like insulation out the roof. And he said it looked like that too. So when I went out yesterday, I had these absolute parasites try and get close to me. And then they're like all walking past me together, all going like this. Like this is the kind of sick abuse that they carry out when I go out. And that's meant to try and make me have some kind of mental breakdown in public. When I go out to a shopping centre, which is basically the only place where I can go to go get my necessities or whatever I need, because of the way I'm stalked on the road. When I go to shopping centres, I have people just come from every single direction. So this is how I know they're watching me on an app and tracking my car. And then they're also, they're watching my heartbeat. And then they'll put me through abuse while I'm out and see if my heart's racing. And they'll just send people to me from every direction so the whole time I'm out. And it's so sick to me. It's just so sick. It's a really sick game they're playing. And the police are the criminals here. I mean, one day they set it up when I was coming out the shopping centre. I reported that pedophile. That's the pedophile that's still living a free life. And they done nothing about that person because it was all just to psychologically abuse me. They didn't want me to have any justice in my life. They've taken away all my staples in the society that a person needs to live a happy, healthy life in society. They've taken them all away. Health, support, just all the support systems. They've taken them all from me. I have no privacy either. And one day they actually set it up so that person, that pedophile, walked across the road right when I was coming out the driveway. They set that up. Like, they do things like this to try and get me to have a meltdown in public so that they can turn around and say I'm crazy. And he was going into McDonald's, he was, at lunchtime, and they'd set that up. So this woman downstairs too, that's what she does every day. She tries to provoke me, but it's not working. All it actually does every day is show everyone how credible I am and how responsible I handle my life and myself, because I'm not going to react like that. I mean, maybe that's how she reacts. I don't know, but that's not how I react to things. I made this channel, even the scales, so I can get on here and speak about the things that I'm going through here. And I have a lot of faith in God as well, that God will see me through this. And, it's not going to, you're not going to provoke me. You're just not going to. It gives me more will and determination to continue to fight for my freedom, my privacy, and my human rights back. And it also gives me more determination to see you put in jail, especially her downstairs, because this woman, she's relentless and she's not going to stop. Nothing is going to stop this woman from abusing me until she's arrested. So if there's anyone out there that can help me have this woman arrested, if there's anyone out there at all that can help me raise public awareness to the abuse that I've been going through here in Campbelltown, from the police, this landlord, St George Community Housing. I mean, this woman downstairs is the landlord's responsibility. She's trying to take my life. They're prolonging this abuse, and they've been prolonging the abuse since Christmas. Every day the landlord has people watching me in my house, and they are just trying to drag it out as long as they possibly can. Just everyone sits back, like this morning, the people that are watching me in my home, random members of the community, when they wake up and when I wake up and they see me like shake my mat to see if this woman's abused my air through the night while I'm sleeping, they all sit there and watch like it's friggin', TV show to see if I'm going to have a meltdown, to see if I'm going to lose it, to see if they've won their frigging competition or whatever it is. This is how sick these people are. And it's only the absolute bottom of the barrel people that are involved in this now, like people that just have absolutely no morals whatsoever. I mean, these people are supporting abusers in our community. They are. I mean, this is a woman downstairs that's abusing another woman like this every single day. So I want this woman caught. I want them all caught. I want them all held accountable. My family members that are involved, I want you caught and held accountable too, because I shouldn't even be living this life. They've stolen my inheritance. If I had have had that inheritance when I was meant to, which was probably back around in 2015 to 2020, sometime between that time, they stole. And if I had had that, I would have been able to. I wouldn't have had to go through the domestic violence situation and found myself. They watched me go through homelessness while they had stolen that. And they've watched me go through all this suffering as well. They watch me suffer every day. They watch me be degraded, humiliated every day in my own home, because they've got access to watching that in my home too. So they deserve what they get to when they're caught. And yeah, I wouldn't have had to go through any of this. I shouldn't even be going through this at all. But it's only because of these abusive people that work in the justice system that have been able to obstruct justice. So please, if anyone out there can help me raise public awareness around these people, please help me. You wouldn't only be doing me a favour, you'd be doing your country a favour if you're Australian, and you'd be doing the world a favour, because these people here are breaking international criminal laws and they need to be stopped. And yeah, they've done this to people in the past and gotten away with it. The fact that they try and provoke me when I go out in public, I mean, you've only got to think about it to think, about some of these things that have happened in the past and wonder. Because every time I go to a shopping centre, they are trying to provoke me from every direction. This woman downstairs is trying to provoke me every day to go, to have a meltdown. If you can help me by sharing one of these videos, please share the video. That would really help as well. Thank you to everyone that has supported my channel. Thank you to the subscribers. And I'll also leave links to other videos in the description box of this one, where you can go back and see some of the other abuse that I've been through here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. So thank you very much if you have listened to this video right through, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. God bless.